Happy Friday again. All right, thank you for joining me again. If you stuck around and you're coming back in, thank you for coming back in. I am bringing my sister Victoria on. Third time is the charm. Maybe I speak that so much into existence because it takes a lot of threes, in order for it to work. All right, so I have my little sister Victoria coming on today. Like I was saying earlier, I am the oldest of six, but growing up in the same house, we have sometimes shared stories with each other and was like, what? You were in the same house? How did that look like that to you? Or, when the hell did that happen to you? And so we've learned so much from each other and sharing with us. The three of us sisters were talking the other day, and I asked them to both come on, whenever they had a chance to share some of their stories with you. I feel when I share my story and I hear your story, how, like I said, it connects. And there's a message somehow when we hear other people's story that connects with our experience, and something clicks for me so that I can try something that maybe where I felt stuck before. So I asked Victoria to come on today and to share some of her journey. So whoever's joining me right now, thank you so much for coming back on, coming back in. You guys come on in, have a seat, sit down for a few moments. It is a Family Friday. I don't know if you're sitting with your family and you're enjoying their company. You can listen to this in your ears or however. But yay, Maya, you came back. Thank you, my friend. So I'm hoping this, third time around is gonna work. All right. I am going to try and see if my little sister Victoria is on. Hello, Nikki. I see Nikki and Maya on, and whoever else is joining. Thank you so much. Come on in. I have my little sister Victoria coming on. I'm going to wait a few moments. Victoria, if you see me, you press some likes or say hello in the comment. I'll be able to bring you on. Let's try and see. I'm so happy for you to be here. Hello. Thank you guys for coming on. I have my little sister I want to introduce you to. If we can get this thing here working, I need you to continuously send some energy, some blessings that the technology god or goddess works with us tonight, because I would really love to share a part of my family with you. I feel, my sister has a lot of wisdom too to share with people. She has lost everything, I mean everything, and gained it back and more, and in such a blessing way, and continues to give still. All right, I think I just seen her popped on. That was so deep. Okay. Victoria, you guys drum roll. This is gonna work. Thank you, Nikki. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Man, why is it doing this? Now it's not even showing her. Oh, there it goes again. Let's try again. Dear friends, be able to watch this live video unless. Okay, that's fine. Facebook and continuously changing rules. All right, I see the screen is up. If anybody have any suggestions of why it could be doing this, I am willing to hear them now. All right, let's see. So let me see something. I want to see something. Can we, Maya, are you in a space? I'm going to wait till you answer me. In a space where I can bring you on camera really quick. Can you say hi? You can introduce my friend Maya. If you're not, it's okay. I just want to see if there's something with the camera going on, if it's with Facebook or if it's with one of our phones, we'll be able to know that way too. Or Nikki, if you're in a space where you're able to come on. Those are the two people I can see on my screen at the moment. Let's see. So if you're able, else someone else is able to come. Somebody jumped off. They say, nope, not me. Let me see who's still here. Maya. Maya, you don't even have to show your face. You can show the wall or something. I just want to see if the camera is working, if it is my phone that's doing something, if it's Facebook that's doing something, or maybe my sister's phone on a setting. Okay. All right. That's okay. I understand. All right. Oh, shoot. So Victoria jumped off. She was just on there. Victoria, if you're still on here, you can't obviously say even hi in the comments then. Yeah, okay, you're still there. I don't understand why is it saying your friends won't be able.
Am I here now?
Yes! Bam!
About time.
Oh my goodness. Sometimes that happens and I'm like, I'm so sorry. I know we said we were going on at 7 and it's now 7:30. But yay, thank you for coming. Look, we didn't even know we planned. We're both wearing pink today.
Hey, girl.
Yeah,
Hey, girl.
It's past the blood. We're connected spiritually too. All right, guys. Thank you again for coming back on. So my little sister Victoria, I know I can't help but say my little sister, my little brother, because I'm the oldest of 6.
I don't mind. It doesn't bother me.
Yeah, my little sister Victoria. I was just telling everybody the reason why I wanted you to come on. Maya, thank you so much. Maya was willing to try and see if the camera was working.
Thank you, Maya. It won't even let me comment. It tells me I need to be a member, and it's like, I'm a member.
And the other day I had a guest on, and she was not a member until after she did the live. Her member request came in. So I might have to go in there and play with something and see what's going on with that. But anyways, we got you on here. Whoop, whoop.
Yeah.
I wanted
you to go hearing me okay? Because Denver's doing a lot of cutting. We're still at the shop.
Okay, that's okay. That's okay. Go ahead, introduce yourself. That's what I want you to just come on, just for us to talk like we always do, and just kind of people to hear. You know, the other day when we were all talking in our chat, and you reminded me of like when you lost everything. Like you didn't just lose some things and you lost everything. And then I remember, and you got everything back and more. And I was just like, a light came on. I was like, dang, I need to ask my sisters to come on here. So go ahead and introduce yourself, and then we'll go from there.
Okay. So my name is Victoria. I am Prudence's little sister, as she said. I'm one of the middle children, and I mean, as far as I can say, like I'm a mother, entrepreneur, constantly in search of education. My husband and I had a conversation the other day that we just never stop learning. Even in our relationship, we realized that when we have things figured out, we're still going, we're still growing, and still communicating. So I'm a forever learner until the day I exit this earth and carry on with my journey. Um, I am part owner of KidStance.
Hey.
My little guy in the background, he's the one that helped start this. So for a while, my husband and I were both chasing dreams. We knew that we wanted to do something. Denver wanted to be into cars. I wanted to do nursing and help people. And I remember at one point in time, everything, like my sister said, was taken away from me. Even my nursing career, we'll get into that another time. But I hit rock bottom and we weren't sure what we were going to do. So I just kind of started to follow on my husband's coattail because I wasn't sure what to do for me. So my goal at that time, well, since I can't figure out myself, let me help him and get him situated. So, I helped him get into school, do his welding. He got a good job. Nathaniel started to show signs from very young. He was into cars. So we wanted him to feel a part of car shows. And so his father started building little toys for him. Next thing you know, different people started to ask questions. They wanted these toys as well. So Denver had to make a choice. He quit his job and started KidStance. Yeah. So now I do everything except build the toys. So I wear many, many, many hats. Yes. It gets very, very, very stressful. But I'm here, I'm doing it. If I could do it, any of you can. Yeah. The beauty of this is I learn so much about myself. I meet so many people. And in this process, I'm growing and learning for myself what I want for me. So this is no longer just for Denver, helping Denver chase his dream. This is legacy for the family. This is giving a future to our children, inheritance for our children. And in the process, doing things like this with my sisters, opening up my avenue and opening up my psyche to other things and other places that I need to be in life and helping people. So I'm still kind of nursing people
Mm-hmm.
in a sense. May not be in the
Mm-hmm.
way I envisioned it, but my dream is going to come into fruition as well because all of this is for a reason. So I don't
Yeah.
sleep on my own intuition, my own dreams. I still seek, I still grow. So yeah,
Yeah.
hopefully
No,
that was a
let me.
long ass introduction,
No,
but
that's all right. That's all right because there's a couple of things I'm going to go back in real quick. One of the things you said real quick that I want people to be reminded of too is that sometimes when you're stuck, sometimes when we're broke, sometimes when we're feeling sad or whatever, is to make another person, to help another person, right? And in helping that person, it'll lift your spirit. If you're helping someone, say, I don't know what it is I want to do, but I love you and I'm gonna help you. In doing that, your own will come out from it too. And like you said, you guys learn so much. For me as a sister looking out too, from you guys have learned so much about each other, have changed and accepted and loved and rechanged with each other so much. Denver's gonna come on. I love my brother-in-law so much. It's ridiculous. Like sometimes I tell my sister and him all the time, because of what he does, his ways and everything, how they mend together and they work together. They have the 5 kids. If you walk into my sister's house, it's impeccable. She's a great cook. I mean, she's feeding everybody. When she cooks, she doesn't just cook for her family, but she cooks for, so you can stop by. So I feel for having everything being taken away from you, you could have chosen to say, look, I'm gonna focus in only on me, and I'm just gonna take care of me and my children, and I'm gonna, close off everybody else. But you weren't. You actually became to me even more open and grew into that. So I think that is a good point, a good nugget for people to remember too. Sometimes when you're lost, or even like I was saying, if you're broke and you have only $4, if you find a way to give away two of those dollars, or even three, or even one of those dollars, you see in how it comes back to you like triple.
yeah,
And that's not the reason, but when you give from that place, like it's almost like a surrendering place too.
yeah. And that's
Yeah,
what I had to do. I had to
yeah,
surrender.
yeah.
And I always, my children and I, we joke about this. You could cut off all my legs, all my legs, like all my appendages,
Eight
my
of them. You
legs,
do wear
my
about
arms.
8 of them as much as you
I'm
do.
gonna use my teeth. I'll still use my teeth to climb that mountain. I
Yeah,
can't give up. I have
yeah,
one life to live. I could sit around and mope, and I do sometimes. I do get depressed. I do get sad.
yes.
But I have to remember that this is my story. How do I want to write my story? What is my
Mhm.
legacy for me? And so, when you told me I was coming on, I was trying to think, oh my gosh, what am I going to talk about? And I started to think of different odds and ends. And I was like, well, let me leave a few things that resonated with me and maybe it could help other people.
Mhm.
Um, I try to teach my children this lesson, which is when you first meet people in business and just out in the world, I always give them the benefit of the doubt. And what does that mean to me? It's putting forth that whatever comes out of your mouth and whatever you're projecting in my direction, I have to believe it to be true in that moment until you give me a reason not to. And
Mhm.
I think that's why so passionately, not only can I love, but I can cut off.
Yes,
Because I start you. I always say, who am I to make somebody earn my respect and my trust?
that's a
I'm
great
not
point.
queen of the universe, at least not yet. I haven't been given that title. However, my thing is that why am I forcing you to earn from me?
Mhm.
I should willingly give to you. So
Mhm.
that way, when you abuse what I have given to you and I take it back, I sleep so peacefully at night, honey. I don't
Yes,
have to think twice about why or the who, what, when, where's, because I know what I gave you in the beginning.
from
And
your
either
heart.
we're going to build on that, and now it becomes from benefit of the doubt into I'm trusting you,
Mhm.
or we're going to keep knocking down, the different bricks in a sense until it's
Yeah,
nothing. And
yeah.
so when I walk away, it's okay. So I do that in business as well, because in business, you meet a lot of different personalities. And so
Mhm.
not everybody is out to be snakes and just takers. Some people
Hmm.
really do have genuine intentions in this industry.
Yeah.
But how am I supposed to that determine who is who if I don't allow them to introduce themselves and I come in with this closed mind and not an open mind and an open heart to allow? I'm not a
Yes.
fool. I pay
Yeah.
attention,
Yeah.
but at least I want to give that. So I think if the world gave that, we don't judge based off of race, off of financial status, off of how someone is dressed or what they do for a living, but we allow them to introduce themselves to us as who they are. It's their story, so allow them to tell it. Who am I to
Yes.
predetermine who you are?
I
Tell me
love
who
that.
you are, and then I will determine where you fall in my life.
Yeah.
And you do the
Yeah.
same for me.
Yeah.
So that's
I
one of the
love
things I
that.
think about.
I think that's a good thing for me even right now too. It's just like you said, a lot of times too, and you know me, I'm like, I come from that space too where it's the benefit of the doubt first. But I think my lesson for me is like how you said, just as easy as you love them in, you can cut when you need to. I like to think I do that, but I realize I'm not, because from knowing me in my past, I forgive, get hurt, forgive, get hurt until and sometimes I think, do I even have a freaking point where I say that's enough? There's been a few friends or people who I thought were friends I was able to cut off like that. But it's I don't know what is it. So I want to ask, like, huh?
Can I interrupt you really quick? I
Yeah.
want to make something clear. I do forgive. When I cut
No.
them off,
Yes, yes.
I still pray for
Yes.
their happiness and their peace. I
Yes.
am genuine in that. And I
Yes.
let go and I forgive because I have learned over time with my walk with God and just my spiritual self that I'm allowed to love you from a distance. I'm
Mhm.
allowed to forgive you, but also let you go and never speak to you again because
Mhm.
I know that I have no bad intentions. I know that I have no ill will. I know that I have no malice. And once again, that's what lets me sleep well at night. Because
Yes.
if I do cut you off, you earn the right to be cut off. But you're still a growing human being. You also earn the right to be forgiven. And hopefully, even if you don't learn from our experience together, you'll learn eventually from your own
And
experiences.
my spirit knows that. Thank you.
Yeah, so sometimes it's okay to let go and to forgive. And
Yeah.
if they come back and they say hi, I say hello.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
that's about it.
Yeah.
I'm there when you need me. If you call me
Yeah.
and you tell me you need me, I will
Yeah.
show up. But when
Yeah.
my task is done, I exit the same way
That's
I did
done.
before.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
And you
I think
have.
it's
You've
just
always
finding
been
that
like that.
balance.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just finding the balance in it all.
I wonder, like, real quick, just to expand on that a little bit too. Experience must be the teacher for that too, because I
Yeah.
was gonna. There's not a process I think that you could teach that, and maybe there is one, but I don't know. I think it's our experience has taught us that too, and just like watching people from a distance and then experiencing our own experience too, that teaches you that you can forgive and cut, and then you can forgive and sometimes allow back, and you have to be the discerner of that and see where it is by knowing what your boundaries are,
Yeah, I
what
learned from
standards
watching a
are.
lot from you guys. I
Yeah.
learned from watching different, like, for example, no disrespect to anybody, but certain people who, and I'll get on that in a quick second so I don't hurt anyone's feelings who may, but even for people who abuse certain substances, I look and I see what it did to you and what it's doing for you. And
Hmm.
by looking at that example, I decide I don't think I want that end result or that result that person is experiencing right now.
Yeah.
So you learn from watching other people and you also learn from experience because I've
Yeah.
I've tried multiple ways of being, and at the time those ways may have worked for me, but as I grow and I become more of a nurturer as my children go, because the thing is, all mothers and fathers can tell you children don't come with manuals. And not every child is going to be the same. So what worked for one didn't work for the other.
Hmm.
I've raised young children into teenagers, now young adults. There's no manual to tell me what to do for the next 10 years.
Yeah.
So I'm constantly learning and adjusting according to that. So in
Yes.
that same sense, I have to evolve, which brings me to another point that
Hmm.
I wanted to mention as a family, and I hope family who watches this understands as well. You cannot ever, Prudence, I never look at you and think that you're the same person you were a week ago. Because
Yes.
from
We talk
last
about
week
this. Yeah.
until now,
Yeah.
you've read, You've spoken to people, you've been
Yes.
enlightened, you've learned, you've been open. So it's like
Not the same
when
person.
people are involved with you and they enjoy your evolution, I think it's such a beautiful thing. But just because you may have known me as a child doesn't mean that's who I am today. Who I was a month ago is not who I am today. Who my husband and I were as a couple literally 2 days ago aren't who we are today.
Yeah.
Because we had a deep, intimate conversation. And that's the thing. I always compare us to tectonic plates. And when they collide, they create earthquakes. And they're either going to bounce and create mountains, or they're going to agree, one go over the other.
Yes.
We're two living human beings who are constantly evolving.
Yes.
Even if you want to define me as a mango tree, every harvest I bear new fruit. I
Yes,
don't, it
ma'am.
may be the same type of fruit, but it's
Yeah.
not the same mango you had last season.
It's not. Yeah.
So I always look to the earth in that way to help me identify things
Yes.
in
Yeah.
my own
Yeah.
existence
I
now.
love that. I love that. All right. So tell me real quick, because we're gonna get ready to wrap up too. Tell me a little bit about KidStance, because behind you I could see my nephew when he was a little bitty. Just a little quick overall, because I really want Denver to come on and talk more about KidStance. I'm sorry, KidStance.
Yeah,
To
I
talk
actually
more
gotta
about it.
save that. I'd rather save that for Denver. Let
Okay.
him talk about KidStance. I just wanted to like vibe with you and let people in on some of our conversations that we have.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. All right.
Yeah,
I'll let
so
him, just because I see his pictures in the
I'm
back there.
repping business already as it is.
And
It's
I'm
all
so
good.
proud. I'm so proud to see the cars that you guys do and the business that you guys are doing too. So that's where I'm coming from with that. But
Yeah.
we'll wait till Denver.
Well,
Denver, that hopefully we'll push him now to say, "Come on, Denver."
what I will speak on is being in business with your husband is definitely it takes a special type of people to do that because you not only see each other at home, you see each other at work. So it takes a lot of communicating, a lot of bumping heads, a lot of negotiating. Um, and I don't say this to sound like horrible, but I love my husband because he makes sure that everything we do is equal, including the finances. God forbid, we're in this for the long run, we're in this for the forever, we've said vows. But
Yes.
God forbid something comes in between. He made sure that I have half because he knows the effort I put forth in this. So
Yes.
I think it's also very important for women to claim their place. Don't be ashamed to claim your place.
Yes.
In fact, command what it is you deserve. And I know what it is I deserve and the effort I put forth in KidStance. So therefore, and speaking a matter of fact, half of me is in this little dude right here who started KidStance. You
Hello.
understand? So it's like,
Half and half from the beginning.
right? But I have to put forth the same effort. I give my all. I think being your own boss can be very difficult because you have no one to answer to. So it takes a lot of discipline.
Yes.
If we take a day off, that day, sometimes as a small
Reflect.
business, you don't make that money. So you
Yes.
have to find balance and you have to figure it out. So it's cool working for yourself. And everybody thinks, I'm going to go start my own business and do it. But
Yes.
I think really look into the discipline that comes along with it. Look into sometimes there are going to be days that you may have bad days, and it may even convince you, or those evil thoughts, or I won't even say evil, those challenging thoughts come in,
Yeah.
and you may question yourself and question what you're doing, and am I doing this right? You are. Keep going, keep pushing, because if, for example, Popeyes said, "Oh man, KFC already existed." Look at Popeyes
Yeah.
and all the different other mom and pops places. When they say, I want to start a bakery, there's a million bakeries, but there's not your bakery.
And you
So
can
sometimes
never.
that little
Sorry.
space is meant just for you.
Yes.
So don't be afraid. Claim your little space that's meant just for you.
Yeah, I believe in that too so much. It just got me so excited when he said because people always I say people, including myself, would challenge so to get started on something so long, because I would have the thoughts of, well, somebody's already, there's so many people already doing that. There's so many people doing it. And it took a while for me to realize, and I know you hear me, conversations with God, really, there was a section in it that helped me realize when they said it doesn't matter if there was 50,000 people, or let's say, because there's 7 billion people on the planet, decide to sell t-shirts, we could all still profit off of this t-shirts and all wear each, because we would be wearing each other's style. You're thinking of something I didn't think of. I'm thinking of something you didn't think
True.
of. You know what I'm saying?
True
So,
story. Yeah.
but the thing is, we trap ourselves thinking everybody else is doing it, but nobody's doing it with your energy, with your flow, with your flavor, with your essence of who you are. So you
Exactly. Yes.
do it. Like it took me forever to jump on here. Yeah, there's billions of people probably already on Facebook doing Facebook Lives and interviewing people, and and they're brilliant, and I love so many of them I've already met. But there's no one who can do it, in my flavor. There's no one who can do what she does
Yes.
in her flavor. There's no one who can do it in what your flavor. So I
Mm-hmm.
think that's a great way for us to wrap up.
Sure.
Follow your flavor and do it. Whatever you feel inspired to do. I think that's what she was trying to get at too, is like whatever you feel inspired to do. Oh, I was gonna say when sorry, I meant to interrupt you, was um that you it went right out my head again. Dang it.
That happens a lot. You taking
But
some B vitamins, girl?
I know I need, what is it called? The
The B complex.
B complex. Somebody's laughing at me. But yeah, anyways, I think that's the point. Oh, it came back. That's what it was. If you will never know until you're trying, anyways, if you're failing. If you stop completely, then you can guarantee you have failed. But if you're trying, even though it didn't work, there's gonna be one of those times that hit it. Right? There's one, because like how many times you guys have to learn even in your business? Okay, let's do it. Oh shit, nope, that didn't work. You could have said, you know what, fuck this. This is not working. We can't do this anymore. But you didn't.
Yeah.
You alter. You said, okay, let's tweak these. I would say twerk, but tweak this. Let's do this. Let's do this. Yeah, twerk it whilst you do it. But and then something hits, and it's a success, or it's getting to the space to where you want it to be or whatever. But you'll never know that, if the only way you know that for sure is if you don't keep trying.
You
So
know what
keep
I
trying.
like what you said about that? And just one more thing I want to add before we go.
Yes.
Um, you can't be afraid of failure, and I don't like using the word failure. I always tell my children trial and error.
Yeah.
Pretend this is an experiment. Remember back in school when we did your little science experiments? It's a thesis, and now you want to test the theory, and now you
Yes.
want to just kind of you're testing things in life, just
I
like
love that.
relationships.
Yeah.
Those past people, they were just practice for Denver.
Yeah.
I was learning.
Yes.
Where
Yes.
I would fail is if I didn't learn from any of this.
Yes.
So we've tried different things with the business and in life and in parenting, and we learn as we go what works, what doesn't work. And I think when you fail is not only just giving up, but you don't learn from what you just came from. Or you don't
Yeah.
observe a friend or listen to what someone's going through and you don't grab something from it. Even the trees and the leaves rustling teach you something. Pay attention, open your mind. There's
Mm-hmm.
always something to learn. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Ah,
you're not failing. This is your trial and error. You're testing.
remember that. Myself too. This is for when I relook at this. Everything I say, it's a boomerang for sure. Anyway, so thank you so much for coming on. I
I
love
love
you.
you.
I'll
Thank you
talk to you
guys
later.
for sitting and listening. I appreciate you guys.
Yes, we're gonna. I want to plug more KidStance when Denver comes on. So we'll talk about
Yes.
that then. In the
Yeah, and
meantime, guys.
I didn't notify KidStance that I'll be on because believe it or not, I'm pretty incognito. So this is very rare for me to even be here. I like
Yeah.
hiding behind the scenes.
Yes, I
I
know.
like Denver to be the forefront.
Yes,
And I just kind of do things behind the scenes.
I know.
I
I
started,
and
yeah.
so I appreciate you for real coming on too, coming on and sharing with me. Thank you. I love you. I'll talk to you later.
I love you too. Take care.
Okay.
Bye.
Oh, my little sister. That's one of them. I have two little sisters. I'm so glad she took a moment to share with me. I'm telling you, the story, of course, can go so much deeper, but the core and the essence of the story is losing everything. I think she became disciplined. She put herself into giving to somebody else. And in doing that, she's discovering more about herself. It's still unfolding, but she is doing things that she loves from that because she's helping somebody else do what they love too. My brother-in-law will be coming on. I'm so proud of their business. Like every time they post something, I'm always on it. My family is so talented. As a matter of fact, so talented. I have another family member coming on in 5 minutes. She was supposed to be on We had a little bit of difficulties with the technology. So Akeisha is coming on. Please stay tuned. You can meet my Trinidad. My cousin that lives in Trinidad. She's coming live from Trinidad. All right, 5 minutes. I'll be right back.